Hey guys, Collar here, bringing you another single commentary, and this game is between none other than Slayer's Boxer and Shuttle, played yesterday, June 30th, 2008, in the Pro League between Korean Air Force ACE and STX Seoul. It will be on the map Colosseum, and I am excited to see Boxer play. I have not seen Boxer play in quite a while, especially not against Protoss. Boxer here spawning in green at the 11 o'clock position. His opponent will be the Teal Protoss player, Shuttle, otherwise known as YoonJong, at the 1 o'clock position. And I'm a little worried about Boxer, frankly, in this matchup. Boxer has lost the last 7 games he's played against Protoss. In fact, you'll have to look back at his 8th game, so basically he's been 1-7 in his last 8 games against Protoss to find a win. And Boxer just has been suffering greatly against Protoss. I think it's just because he hasn't adapted necessarily to the new sort of builds that Terran vs. Protoss requires. And he also has been going for a lot of early cheese that basically so that other opponents of his expect cheese from him and always are a little bit wary for it, and hence his cheeses have not been very successful. So basically I'd say he's actually the underdog in this matchup against this young, really untested Protoss player. YoonJong is 2-2 against Terran in his lifetime stats. Boxer is overall 46% against Protoss in lifetime stats. It's always been his weakest lineup. And like I said, he's on a 7-game losing streak against Protoss. Usually nowadays you see him being put in to play against Terran players, actually, because that's his strongest matchup nowadays. Of course, all this may change this fall. Boxer will be leaving the Korean Air Force in December, and people are already speculating whether he'll return to SKT-1 and give him a huge boost and at least morale, if not necessarily in the strength of their team. Boxer will certainly need, I think, several months to get back to form, if he ever will get back to form. I certainly have much hope for that, though. And Boxer building his barracks and refinery inside his base, so I'm glad to see he hasn't gone for a early cheese once again. I just have been seeing him do that so often. And note that Shuttle is not going for the 14 Nexus, which a lot of Protosses do on this map, because he probably does know that Boxer is so liable to cheese that he just doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want to die to a cheese. Boxer now going to be scouting, and I think he is going to scout in the right direction. Going to find his base first. Here comes some posters of Slayer's Boxer. Of course, Boxer is pretty much everyone's favorite player in StarCraft. Well, not necessarily their absolute favorite, but certainly no one dislikes Boxer, and everyone knows Boxer. He is definitely one of my favorite players. I just love the creative play from him, and how he just continually revolutionizes the game. And also just the state of pro gaming. I mean, in the beginning it was just creating pro gaming in general, and now it's turning the Air Force into sort of well, basically the magnet for decent programmers who have to fulfill their military service. Meanwhile, Two-Gate Cybernetics Corps up for Shuttle, so he's going to be going for some early Dragoons, and Boxer, I think, is going for the fast expand. He stopped mining gas in his base, so probably going to get that command center down after the factory comes up. And Boxer only has 2 Marines right now. The Zealot from Shuttle is pushing up into his base, and Boxer actually building a bunker at the front door. Interesting. So Boxer not walling in. This could be an indication that he's going for a 2-factory build, actually. Although the fact that he wasn't mining gas lends me to think that he'll be going for a command center instead. And Boxer needs to micro these Marines well. The Zealot chasing after him, and now 3 Marines out for Boxer, so I think he can take care of this Zealot and this probe. That was an interesting move by Boxer, not walling in on Colosseum. We have seen Terran pretty much always do that against Protoss, just because it's so easy to accomplish. You just need a supply depot and a barracks to wall in. Boxer now getting the machine shop also, and I think he is going to ward this Zealot away from his base. Yeah, Boxer's bunker should be able to hold off this Dragoon also. And Boxer now chasing the scouting probe away. Also researching something at the machine shop. Most likely it's going to be, I'm going to guess it's vulture mines, just because Boxer loves vultures. But of course it can be siege mode. It's pretty much 50-50 at this point. And here we're seeing a couple more Dragoons push out for Shuttle. Boxer, I still haven't seen a second command center for Boxer, so I wonder what he's saving up his resources for right now. Floating out the command center, actually I'm probably wrong, it probably is Siege Tech. Perhaps he's, yeah, actually after seeing the Two-Gate Cybernetics Corps, he probably suspects a Dragoon push, and I think Siege Tech is the wise idea right now to get. And we should be expecting Boxer to put down the command center. Basically, he would have gotten the second factory if he was going for the push. And here is the command center at the natural expansion. Boxer getting siege up. I just heard that. That's how I knew about it. I can hear things you can't. And yeah, so Shuttle not going to push forward here with the Dragoons. I think perhaps he was just getting them for defensive purposes. Really, I think playing against Boxer makes opponents defensive in the early game, because Boxer is very known for his micro play and for not going for heavy macro builds, going for heavy micro builds, which especially are powerful in the early game. 2 armories going up for Boxer, so Boxer actually looks like he's going to be going for the early upgrade build here. Certainly he's heard of Flash, and perhaps he's going to actually take a leaf from Flash's playbook, despite the fact that Flash is something like a dozen years younger than him. It's pretty amazing. Just 2 generations of StarCraft, pretty much. And what is Boxer doing? Looks like he's building a supply depot. Oh, never mind. I thought that was in front of his base. Missile turrets going around his base too, just in case there was a drop. And I think there was a robotics facility up for Shuttle. Shuttle thinking about pushing in here with a number of Dragoons. I don't think this is going to be successful, not with 2 tanks there. And he's going to try to push in anyway. He's targeting the bunker. I think this is a mistake. Boxer needs to siege the other tank, though, or else he could be in a bit of trouble. I think he should siege that second tank. It looks like Boxer pulling SCVs out. Shuttle trying to pick off these tanks. It's not going to happen, though. I don't know what Shuttle was thinking there. Managing to pick off the bunker, but losing, I think, 6 Dragoons there and both of his Zealots. Boxer looking very intensely, and Boxer is going to be able to push out very soon. Once he gets a couple of support units, he'll be able to push out, and I think that was a definite blunder for Shuttle. I guess he was hoping that Boxer... I don't even know what he was hoping. I mean, if there were mines, he didn't have observers for them either, so I don't know what he was thinking there, just going for that frontal crash at the front door. Generally, you don't see Protoss doing that. And now going for the double expand. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to be safe against this, though, because Boxer has many options. He certainly could push out against his reduced Dragoon count. He could also decide to go for some sort of dropship play, and I'm not sure if YoonJong will have enough to deal with it if he decides to go for drops. Boxer now with vultures out. We don't see research yet on his machine shop, and he's going for a starport actually, so he is thinking about dropships, especially because he doesn't have a second factory up, so I'm highly suspecting some sort of drop play. Boxer with missile turrets around too, so he's playing it safe. I like his game so far. He's been playing, you know, he hasn't been doing anything crazy, and I think in the late game he will have an opportunity to shine. He'll be able to show off his micro, especially with the harassments. He's very, very good with harasses. Not necessarily so good with macro management, to be honest. I think macro management probably takes the most practice nowadays. Being able to control those maxed out armies and getting to max as soon as possible just requires absolutely so much practice, I think, to maintain and to be able to build the best build orders. But micro is something that I think you forget the last if you haven't practiced so much. Microing vultures, microing dropships, that kind of thing. And Boxer getting a very early science facility, interesting, and just a fairly early science facility. I wonder what he's going to do with that science facility. Perhaps something very scary like a ghost or something, but I highly doubt it. I don't think this map is very good for Ghost, and there's no indication that that would be a good idea right now. Here's his second factory finally coming up. I'm not sure if Shuttle knows all this tech is here inside of Boxer's base. I assume Boxer's going to be getting a dropship from there. I don't think a science vessel would be very very wise here against a Protoss player. But who knows? This is Boxer. So Shuttle now moving down. I mean, most likely the science facility is there to get the +2 upgrades, but on the other hand, I'm not sure if he's even had +1 yet. He's at 0-0 right now, so interesting that he built that science facility so early. And Boxer does have a dropship. That is what he produced first from his starport, and I'm not sure if YoonJong has any idea this is coming. He does have 1 Dragoon to ward off vulture harasses, but he's brought most of his Dragoons up to the front here, and here comes the drop inside of the base here. It looks like it's a tank and 2 vultures. The Dragoon is shooting at the tank, but it is going to get taken down by these mines and by that tank. Now this Dragoon can, now the tank can siege up, and mines are going to start hitting these Dragoons if they try to push up. Nice work there by Boxer, picking off both Dragoons there with a combination of the vultures. Oh man, but getting his dropship sniped off there. But he's temporarily going to be able to do a little bit of a harass here. And look at this. Shuttle's actually locked himself away from his own base. It's going to be hard for him to be able to get there because is a small minefield there and that siege tank in the back there, so it's going to bother him for a little bit. Not sure if Boxer's done that much damage, but certainly he's forced YoonJong to pull his units back here, and now the tank will go down without having taken down too much. Boxer now is pushing out though because YoonJong retreated his Dragoons. Boxer is now able to take his second expansion there, and now we're seeing the Stargate up and the Templar Archives. So we're going to see an Arbiter play from YoonJong or Shuttle right now. Shuttle playing and getting fairly late in the GOM-TV Avertech Intel Classic. You should check that out if you guys haven't checked it out yet. And 3 factories up for Boxer now. By the way, there have been so many new people who are interested in commentating, actually. So yeah, I'm definitely very open to helping you guys out. But if you want to go to the place for new commentators, do check out sc2gg.com, especially the forum folder called New Commentators. I still post there very regularly, and I'm trying to host these happy hour ideas. This commentator happy hour idea, where I have where basically we exchange videos and we review each other's videos, and we just sort of